You're listening to a Bored to Death Herocast, talking superhero anime and other hero fare in easily digestible chunks. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and other assorted gender assignations. Welcome back to the Bored to Death Herocast for DC's Titans. I am Jay, being joined by
Chris,
Zeke,
and
Roll Big.
Yes, we are a week late on. Doing this.
Roll big.
Roll big. Roll big. Real life came up. Road couldn't join us last week, so we just decided to postpone doing our usual 2-episode binge. Yes, this means there are technically 3 episodes for us to watch, but given there are only 4 episodes left in the run for us to watch, I have decided, as the binge czar, and since I am the binge czar, my word goes, we're going to just do 2 episodes this week, and we'll do the final 2 episodes the next time we gather together for this. Why are you looking at me like this, Zeke?
Because you say what you say goes, but I'm not the one to control. So how does that work out?
It's my HBO Max account.
Bad point.
You may have to... So who has control, really?
Bad point.
If you haven't noticed, folks, this is why we all get along so well.
Chris, however, still hasn't seen the last 2 episodes.
I'll be watching those afterwards.
Yeah.
I just know Donna Troy comes back, which I was like, she's gonna come back at some point.
Of course, because it's Donna Troy.
There was a few. Wait, there was a few. Never mind.
Yeah. And they were literally having a wake for her, or something, or hoping she would wake, or something.
Or something. Yeah.
Something.
So that's what's going on. Raven is aware that that Donna has come back.
She did go back to the room where she was laying and go, "It's a zombie!" Or would it be that she played Jesus?
Wait, look.
She came out of a cave?
We're in DC now. There are no Marvel zombies here.
That doesn't mean there aren't zombies. We remember Blackest Night.
Hey.
I'm going to stick with my favorite.
Until we get our damn Green Lantern Corps, no, we do not have any Blackest Night yet.
We have something better than Blackest Night, in my opinion.
What?
Song Grundy.
Born on a Monday.
Which, by the way, I want to crush Rhodes' dream right now. Because last binge, he was so excited with the tavern in the dead area.
In the afterlife.
Yes.
And we were talking about people I would like to see. And I think someone mentioned a rhyming gargoyle?
Etrigan, yeah.
Etrigan.
Yeah.
Not demon. He's a rhyming demon.
Sorry.
But he's hunched like a gargoyle.
So apparently someone's making their appearance in the CW Arrowverse.
Killer Croc?
They're going to have Etrigan.
No,
Yeah.
it's going to be Etrigan.
If I read the article correctly, he showed up for a crossover.
They're desperately look. Just watch the CW. Trust us.
Please watch the CW.
Yeah, but they're also introducing Killer Croc and Batwoman.
What?
Oh,
God.
that show's still going.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Titans, not Arrowverse stuff.
Yes.
Another binge later?
No.
We are not. I am not doing CW. I am happy to do Titans. Titans rules.
But so, yeah, Donna Troy has returned. Dr. Crane is still up to stuff, even though his schemes have failed.
You know one thing I noticed.
That's right. He's planning to dump his drug into the water supply.
It's already in the water supply. It's just how fast will it take over is the question at this point.
Well, yes.
That sounds like something that would have happened in an episode of the 1960s Batman.
Yeah. And Tim Drake got shot.
Well,
Again.
But he's all better now.
Oh, wait, you said Tim Drake.
And also, we're talking about that same water thing is what happened in the first
Batman
Begins movie.
It's okay. Just don't look at the plot hole. That woman over there is boiling water. Don't look at that.
Ignore the giant plot hole that nobody brewed some tea or anything,
Someone in Gotham had a cold.
or had a hot shower.
But you know, I mean, I keep
Gotham.
I keep looking at the Titans promo picture that they have up there. You know what? I still say that Barbara Gordon is not the commissioner. She's still Oracle. She just is using different means to be Oracle at
Well,
this
except
time.
she can't really be doing that because she destroyed Brother I. I
mean,
mean Oracle.
Oracle. God.
But yes, but the Titans were basically right there where no, that's right. They tried to stop Dr. Crane, and Starfire unleashed fire on him and ended up blowing a hole into the water supply exactly like he needed.
Yeah.
And he just dumped all of his drug into it.
To which point he just said, "Thank you."
Well, no, he'd already been like, "Peace, I'm out." When the
got
fireball
what- he got what
started
he
started being flung around.
Is that a fireball coming my direction? I think it's a fireball coming my direction. I'm going this way.
Yeah. But Jason Todd is also basically broken away from Dr. Crane because he finally got sober from the drugs that he was doing.
Pretty much. Jason Todd is following along a different version, but still the same.
Pretty linear path.
Yeah, linear path of I'm going to become a broken prodigal son. I'm coming home.
Yeah.
Nobody trusts me though, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. He's basically realized how much he's fucked up.
Oh God, did you fuck up, boy?
And he's, I think, hoping for some redemption. Whether or not he deserves it is...
He wants a hug.
Yeah, well, and unfortunately you were adopted by Bruce Wayne, who's not exactly a hugging type.
He's more like the...
Let's just review the whole, how fucked up Jason Todd ran everything. Number one, you told Crane everything about Titans and Batman to the point that you made Batman utterly lose it and kill the Joker.
Allegedly.
Remember, we don't see a body.
Again,
there ain't a body, and we don't see that body going into the crematorium, and he ain't dead.
In this
even
world
then-
and the next, I still believe in the three Jokers.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah,
and
that's the thing.
The
that,
Three Jokers theory, yeah.
that makes all the sense in the world. Because, hey, every single time you see the Joker, he's weird and quirky, but there's a little
Just the
difference. Only one is the true Joker. Mm-hmm. And he is a psychotic madman, but he's a fucking genius. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think we really have much else to add to this. Crane's plans are underway. The Titans
Donna is back. Donna saves Batman.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's right, because at the end of the episode with the Afterlife, in that episode we saw Bruce Wayne in in a castle somewhere in Westeros. I mean, somewhere in Europe.
I mean, he pretty much owned Sean Connery's house, I believe.
No. That was
Welcome to Scotland.
That was the red. That was the Red Queen's cat. I mean, a stately manor on the shore.
Yes, and we saw him basically sign his last will and testament, or hand the last will and testament over to his lawyer.
He didn't hand it over to him. He still had it with him. It was still on the table.
You think the lawyer didn't have a copy that he was taking with him to file? That's how lawyers work.
I don't trust those lawyers.
This
They're
is true.
Gotham.
But then later in the episode, we saw him pouring like gasoline or kerosene or something
All
around the
over
place, and then suddenly the castle's on fire. But
Just like in Westeros. I mean,
yeah.
In other words, they kept throwing in Game of Thrones references.
No,
didn't they?
we did.
Oh.
dude, it's the same house from the damn Game of Thrones.
And then from the shot in the castle, we then go
all I
into
saw
the
was
north.
Westeros.
I mean, the afterlife, which was like a snowy wasteland.
I would tell you right now, you're pretty lucky you're gonna watch these things on your phone because you might get better sound quality than I did with these two on that last two binges.
Sorry.
We were thoroughly entertained.
Yes.
Yes, they were entertained
But
by
we,
their own comments.
but we missed we missed some
If you
dialogue.
want me
yes.
to be silent, you know how you do it? You put a bag of popcorn in my head, and I will just be like,
Or duct tape.
That ain't gonna
no,
work.
that doesn't work either. My mom duct
I
taped
just
me.
pissed
I
him
learned how
off.
to get around that.
Silence is golden, but duct tape is silver.
Shit. Nah, I learned how to get around that.
Also, yeah, I don't really want to try to actually get you pissed off at me. Because they'd never find the body.
Hey Jay, you want to try something crazy? This is the Duct Tape World Challenge. Have fun.
Nope.
Welcome to Jackass.
Hi, I'm Jay Winger. Welcome to Jackass.
Want to see what happens when a road pig gets mad?
Oh, no.
Make sure there are no sharp objects in the area.
Yes, but I think we've sort of covered everything we need to cover with this. Bruce Wayne was saved by Donna Troy. Dr. Crane up to stuff. Tim Drake is back from the afterlife.
Raven
also.
is leaving from Themyscira, so
Yep.
she's pretty much on her way back.
You
Yep.
White Raven?
Oh, is she White Raven now?
Nah, really.
Well, she was wearing a
She was just
Themysciran
wearing
robes
white.
that were white,
But that was because of Themyscira. But
and she was getting some training
yeah,
while she was there.
now,
Yeah,
the training she was getting could lead to a White Raven, but we gotta wait on that one because White
And-
Raven is.
And we saw Raven attempt and fail the Balancing Stones minigame from Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, I thought we
Utterly
were
failed.
going to go for the ones from Empire Strikes Back where Yoda was training Luke.
Much smaller walk.
Yeah, much smaller rocks and more of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up this little intro. So,
Wait, that was just the intro?
yep, now we got to watch the actual episode. So we'll be back after the binge.
While the binge is happening, thanks for listening to our podcast. Please give us a like and subscribe and spread the word. You can reach us on social media on Facebook or Twitter at BTD_Bingecast. The Bored to Death Clan is part of the CKCC Radio podcast family, including J Bunny's Music Hub, the Race Nerd Podcast, Real Paranormal Talk, Ranking Tracks, Motivational Moves, Girls Who Like, and The Nerd Table. Please consider supporting CKCC Radio on Patreon. And now, the binge is done, so let's get to the discussion.
And we're back. So, Dr. Crane is losing it.
Red Hood's more
Is losing it?
Yep.
I think he's lost.
Yes. And Jason Todd, the little shit, is still a little bitch.
Little bitch.
Smells like bitch.
What's that I smell in the air?
It smells like bitch in here.
Yeah, basically. The water supply is contaminated, and people are going, I believe the technical term is bug fuck crazy.
I like to go batshit crazy, but yeah, that's just me.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah,
Because this is Gotham.
Fits the universe.
And fits the town, too.
Oh, yeah.
And so people are basically starting to go crazy and just
Yeah.
going on random acts of violence
All
and
I
mayhem.
gotta say is we have now gone into no man's land. Wow.
Well, at least this one, ignore the plot hole. It's just drinking water. So all you gotta do is drink it.
And yeah, the National Guard gets called in, but they basically surround Gotham and cut off all access to it. Nobody in or out.
In other words, no man's land.
Yeah.
The only thing we're missing now is the villains cutting up the city. But no, we have pretty much just Crane. Well, I'm sorry. Crane's leaving town at this moment. It's Scarecrow.
Dr. Crane isn't in right now. But if you'd like to leave a message.
So and he's got basically the Gotham City police in his pocket doing his dirty work. Basically, the whole thing is Crane cannot do anything on his own.
Yes.
Well, let's back that up because it's really Crane's the mastermind. But remember, the puppets wear a hood, and he wants Red Hood to be the symbol of peace for this universe.
I wouldn't
Yes.
say symbol of peace.
No. basically
just an answer
just,
to the absence of Batman.
There's only one thing that Scarecrow loves, and that's absolute terror and anarchy, which is what he has now.
He likes being right.
I have to go on Rhodes in this one. Being
No. Scarecrow likes chaos and mayhem. Dr. Crane
wants to be right.
Wants to be right and wants everyone to know it.
Right.
But
the problem is he can't do anything on his own. That was the whole thing even with his mother's. You can't do anything on your own. You have to use proxies.
Yep.
And right in the last episode here, it's proven he can't even bring himself to kill his captain.
To mutilate a hostage.
Right.
Well, not a hostage because he wasn't asking for money or anything. A guy that he just happened to kidnap.
Right.
Note to
But
self,
now
pizza in a crazy town.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just don't do anything.
You see,
I'm surprised that
outside.
pizzeria was even still in operation.
So because I work in a restaurant, I can guarantee you that if this were to happen, I guarantee you my boss would still say, "No, we're open. Get your ass to work."
This is fair.
Remember, we did have a saying in retail. What, the end of the world is happening? He's still making it on time, though, right?
Yeah. Like the old joke goes, if you were to drop dead, your boss would show up at your funeral, pound on the casket. It's like, how could you do this to us? We're so short-staffed.
See, in my case, he would say we're even more shorter staffed now.
Yeah.
I think in your case, they just put the spatula in your hands. Like, he's fine.
Yeah, and considering who we're talking about, you probably show up for work anyway.
It's like, Chris is looking a little shambly. Yeah, he died last week, but his body just kept coming in.
The nice thing is we only have to pay him half rates now.
I can hear us now.
He doesn't need health insurance anymore.
Call the patient's death.
Yeah.
5:06. What time is it supposed to go to work? 5:07.
Clear.
No, Cleo. The heart's dead. This is 5:07. Boom, boom. He's back alive.
No, he's just moving around. I thought he was dead. He is dead. He just hasn't stopped moving yet.
There's so much coffee in his system mixed with the Red Bull. His body just kept going. He's brain dead, but
I shouldn't have made him that last cup of mud.
I'm not quite dead yet.
Back to Titans.
Yeah, I mean, wow. This is a pretty heavy master plan that he formulated.
Well,
but again, this
is a more chaotic version of what he originally had planned, which was to flood the city with his drug as like one that people would purchase so that he could make money from it. But then because they destroyed his supply his ability to produce the drugs specifically,
this is his new modified version. But at the same time, it's still bringing about the chaos he wants.
Yep. But as part of all this, he also hacks into the basically every signal in Gotham. So it's on cell phones, it's on every TV and computer screen in the city, and he does this from a piece of shit computer in a garage somewhere. Then again, he could have been using stolen Wayne tech for all we know, because Bruce Wayne is the kind of person that's going to tap into everything. Or maybe he stole some code from Oracle or Brother Eye or whatever the fuck before they shut it down to help him do it.
Either way,
anyway,
he's got everything going for him at this point.
But with this hacking into the system, he then releases a propaganda style video showing the Titans in the worst light possible and blaming them for drugging the water supply. Batman is gone,
and even put
but there is hope. There is your savior is here, and you will know his name, Red Hood.
Yeah, and even puts a $50,000 bounty on Nightwing's head.
Mm-hmm. You gotta think about that. It's actually a really good plan.
Yeah.
Think about this.
And he also implicated the Titans were being protected by the police to increase the people's distrust in the police.
Right, but at the same time, he's paying off the police to work for him so that no matter what, he gets
No
his
matter
way.
what, the Titans are screwed.
Yeah. So they come in. They're going to either A, be beaten down by the cops, which you know they're not going to do. They're going to have to run, and then you can't come back. You have nobody backing you. You're on your own.
Yep.
And he's counting on that simple fact that there's no help there anymore. You guys have lost. But at the same time, I have a sneaky feeling things are going to change the way they always do in Gotham. And it always leads back to a man in a bat suit.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Gotham needs a Batman.
Yeah, Gotham always will need a Batman.
So, who do you think is going to become Batman first, Drake or
Grayson.
yeah?
Well, but
honestly,
here's the thing: if this were mainline DC, it would be Grayson. But they have already proven that they are willing to go completely off books with this sort of stuff.
I mean,
including with
switch stuff.
Yes,
because
and we'll be talking about that.
We'll be getting into that one, but yeah, they're willing to make all kinds of crazy changes.
But here's the
fit.
They
in
fit
this universe.
They fit the universe that they have created here.
So, and before we get off the first episode that we watched, both Donna and Tim Drake are back and have made their way back to the city.
Well, Tim was already in the city. He was just in the hospital in ICU.
Hospital. But
he said that he healed up rather quickly.
Well, it was more that the wound closed. It's still sore.
The wound closed. No.
Because you saw him peel off the bandage, and it was still red and everything.
It was still red, but he's like, it's completely healed.
Then, the wincing could just have been from peeling off a bandage because
and also
hurts.
he says he feels different.
Yeah. Well, and even Donna said she.
She feels
it was implied
different.
that there was something different about her because we saw the matron Lydia. We finally got her name. I'm sure they mentioned it in the previous binge we did, but
we had to test her to make sure that
you were still
were
half divine or whatever.
Yeah, you're still the Donna Troy we know, and the Donna Troy we know is supposed to be able to lead the forces of man. Okay.
And Donna's just like, all right, watch me.
Yeah.
And by the end of the second episode, she was basically like, all right, time to be leader.
Let's see.
But as with everything breaking down and the people in town turning against the Titans because of their association with Nightwing, who is public enemy number one, the Titans have to basically pull back from trying to help maintain order in the city because the people keep massing against them. So what Dick decides to do is we'll turn ourselves in, post bail. This will help. This will make us, in the eyes of the public, no longer associated with the police. So that they can get back to doing their job. But the problem is when they go to turn themselves in.
It's all cops on the tape.
Yep, Crane has already bribed all the police, and through their intermediary, basically gets the SWAT or the riot team to
basically
start menacing them, and the
they're
Titans
there to beat them down or kill them.
I'm sorry.
Like with that.
I don't know necessarily.
I have to say this. I'm going to cut you off on here.
All right.
How stupid are these people? Okay, we'll take out the Nightwing factor because we already know
Nightwing is mortal. Yeah.
We take out Nightwing. We have a person who can turn into a beast, which most of the time is a lion at this point in time.
Tiger.
Tiger, correct. We have a person who can set you on fire.
Two people.
Two
Well, no. Blackfire didn't have that ability.
She does have the
She has the gauntlets. She has the gauntlets. The gauntlets give power.
But
it's
we'll
limited.
Take Blackfire out of the equation because she's a new person.
Right.
Okay, let's scrap her away.
Okay.
We still have
And then you have
the
fucking Superboy.
And
boy
the dog.
of Steel.
What?
And
how much money do you have to go, hey, turn your brain off and go fire Krypton?
I'm gonna beat down.
There was a
a
lot of
Kryptonian with a truncheon.
Apparently, he tapped into the Bruce Wayne unlimited funds and used it to pay off some very stupid idiots.
Apparently. But that also
but-
explains why...
Those cops didn't drink the water, but they did drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they drank the Kool-Aid because not only did you think that you were going to get this off, you shot.
Well, here's another one. That also explains why the criminals keep escaping.
Yeah,
There you go.
That does explain. But I mean, you shot Superboy's first girlfriend. Yeah, that was.
And then
that
we
was
got Red
all-
Eyes take warning.
That was all wrong at that point because he was just like, "Let me show you how I am."
I'm about
the
to go.
clone of a god walking the earth.
I'm about to go Brightburn on your ass.
I mean, they didn't. I guess they didn't know that he was,
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
Bulletproof.
He's wearing a
straight-
shirt that has the Superman logo on it.
I'm wearing the goddamn shirt.
Road is wearing the Superboy shirt right now.
And I mean,
And and that's true. Connor's hero name is Superboy,
that has a heavy connotation to it.
right?
I'm sorry, anybody with the name Super and Flava is like, hey, I'm here to rob a bank. Hey, Super Blank. You know what? Never mind. I'm so sorry. Just take me to jail.
Please don't hit me.
Please don't hit me.
Please stop hitting me.
But I mean,
Sorry. Wait. Chris, you were about to say something?
No, I was gonna say did any of them actually know that he was half Kryptonian? Because if anything, he could have just been like
He's been a public member of the Titans.
Yeah, and it's well known who he is.
And that's
the only thing he is. He's
He's
not
a
Connor Kent.
he's
just Superboy.
And
That's it.
That's one of the reasons. He's more like Young Justice Superboy.
Oh.
Well, he has no secret identity.
He's
He's
just
literally, hi,
Superboy.
I'm Superboy, and I'm here to kick the shit out of you.
Here's my dog.
I am the clone of Superman and Lex Luthor.
I don't know that
Deal
the Lex
with it.
Luthor part is necessarily known, but
I doubt
Superman alone.
Yeah, just the whole fact that
I'm a clone of Superman.
I can fucking punch you into the next universe. That alone.
I can flick you with a finger and
Which
reduce
he
your-
does do.
Yes. I'm gonna knock
I was
you
about
out.
to get to. I was
I'm
about to
gonna
get.
knock you out. Here we
Yeah,
go.
during the part when they were trying to quell some people that had drank the water and who were literally foaming at the mouth.
Zombies. They were zombies.
Oh yeah,
His
because
arm got broke, and he freaked there. He rolled on
DC now has zombies. There we go, folks.
yeah, the people were like
I still
treat,
like
were acting
Marvel.
like the water had were dosed up on PCP, like the pain wasn't slowing them
They
down.
had the quarantine rabies people.
Yeah.
Raccoon City had Raccoon City's right
28
next
days later.
I kind of like Raccoon City's right next door to
Yeah.
Gotham.
It probably is.
No, I thought it was Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Well, Metropolis is across the water.
No. That's only in the DCEU, not in Titanverse.
Right,
Yeah,
because
my brain.
everyone knows.
Sorry.
In the real thing, Gotham is New York, Chicago is
It's
Metropolis.
I was about to say.
Then what's Detroit City?
Although
There is no Detroit City. There is. Okay, if you want to go that route, Detroit City would actually be damn, where's the Flash?
Central.
Central.
Central City.
That makes sense.
So the three big cities, Central City, God rest its soul.
Coastal City.
Coastal City is
Green
more-
Lantern.
More along the lines of trying to be San Francisco,
Yeah,
but not.
yeah.
What's
It's
the-
like San Francisco with the serial
What was
numbers
the
following
city
off.
from Suicide Squad? Because I know that's where Hawkman and Hawkgirl are from.
Shit.
Doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
we're getting off topic.
Don't get me
happened
started
with
because I'll start
Bingecast?
right.
Yes, this is
Yeah,
true.
but either way, it was nice to see. Okay, I'm gonna knock you out. Here we
Yeah,
go.
like during that whole thing, like Superboy had this one guy pinned down on the ground, pulled his fist back, and clearly stopped and thought about it. I was like, if I punch this guy, I'm going to reduce his head to a smear. So he extends one finger and just goes jab, and the guy goes limp.
Wasn't he looking at Nightwing at the time? Because I swear he was.
Nightwing was in the Batcave.
Okay, well, I thought he was staring at he looked at somebody else,
like Starfire, probably.
Yeah, and
He was
then
a black
Star-
guy. He's like, we're going to do with power with one finger. Boop.
Yeah.
He's
As
flexible.
Chris called it was the finger poke of doom.
you knew exactly what I was referring
Yeah,
to.
the old WCW finger poke of doom. No. You're thinking of the Hulk Hogan. We're specifically talking of like Kevin Nash versus Hulk
Oh yeah,
Hogan.
yeah. There it is.
Where they go like they're going to lock up, and then Hogan just goes, boop. And Kevin Nash sells it like he just got shot in the chest.
And people wonder why that company went under.
And a lot of people pointed specifically to that moment.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about wrestling. Titans.
Well, back to the story.
Because I could talk about wrestling for hours.
I mean, Bane could be a wrestler as far as we know in this universe. It's possible.
I mean, he is wearing a lucha mask, basically.
Yeah, it's true.
But
again, it's
So,
one
but-
of those things of
with the cops,
what with the cops in it, and they're surrounding them. They've got to they're got to get out of there without hurting anyone.
Yeah.
So they're doing their
they
best.
one of them
Beast
shoot.
Boy turns into his tiger and is trying to get away.
Well,
And
what's
love
great
that.
what's great about that is he's at first just like fighting off the cops in normal form, but he's like shedding his
He's
clothes
shedding
as he
clothes.
goes.
And
No, I do
as
wanna
soon
know
as
what
he
kind of
tigers,
skill.
he gets hit with a trank, and he's like, you know what, fuck this.
I'm gonna
I'm
take
out.
you down.
You know what?
I
I'm
do
feeling.
want to know what kind of skill it takes to do some kind of roundhouse kick and lose your pants at the same time. That is awesome skill.
That is Jackie Chan,
I'll go for that.
classic Jackie Chan, Drunken Master. Check it out. It's a kind of an awesome move, but
Wait.
at the same time, he was completely fucking drunk doing it.
Are we talking about Drunken Master or Legend of Drunken Master?
No, it's Drunken Master.
Okay.
Anyway, the
yeah,
Titans
so
the
he-
Titans
he
managed
makes-
to make it out of
he
there.
splits out of there.
But in the process, the main cop who was on the take, who was like high ranking in the GCPD.
You know what? I just realized who he reminded me of.
Who?
Bullock.
yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, but I'm hoping not.
I'm hoping that wasn't
God,
Bullock.
No. I'm
But
saying
he had a
remi-
lot in common with Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, didn't like Soups no matter what because they make him look
But
bad
he
because
never
he
said
can't do
that,
it.
though. He never said anything.
But
It
that's
was
the way
heavily
he acts.
implied with his behavior.
Yeah, his behavior. is,
Like Bullock, if you go back and you watch the animated series, he did not like Batman at all. But the funny thing is that Batman was always, like if Bullock was ever in danger in some way, Batman always saved him. Still didn't like him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because in Bullock's case, it's like he makes it look like I can't do my job.
right. And again, I can understand that, but at the same time, that's not something that you go fucking stupid.
Right.
You don't go
Remember,
stupid.
It wasn't stupid. It was money over handful stupid. Because at that point, in
He
time,
wasn't doing it for
he was-
money. He was doing it for a shitload of money.
He was sitting
Yeah.
there drinking some beers with
That
his fellow,
shit load of money.
with his fellow officers, and then the lights went dark, and he
And the
became
bag-
Red Hood bitch number one.
Yeah.
And the bag drops, and he becomes Red Bitch number one. And
Which
he
one-
does
somebody
the
explain that to
ultimate.
me.
What?
He does.
Please explain it. Someone with a bigger brain power explain to me how the hell does say my name supposed to be something that's intimidating or something like that? Here's the way.
No.
When that part happened, I'm sorry. Say my name. I'm like, you little bitch.
I know. So
It sounded too bitch-like. It sounded very bitch-like.
it was like
It's
why?
like, yeah, it's like as he's saying that, I'm like, you are not Walter White.
No, not at all.
I don't
You are not Heisenberg. You know,
No, you're not anybody.
Like, you throw the money down.
you're not even the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
I mean, it's just like when they were saying, it's like, damn, that sounds so
bad.
so.
So would you
bitchy.
say that was like the weak point of the episode?
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just throw the money and be like, you now belong to me?
Say my name?
Something,
Heisenberg.
something, Bill. Then say my name.
So in this case, we would
But-
blame the writer.
I
Yeah,
hope
blame
it
the
was
writer.
Improv. Hey,
Yeah.
we'll
No,
let
that
you
was not
one-
improv. That was not
We'll
improv.
let you improv one scene. Say my name. We gave you one fucking job, really?
You
Anyway,
will not be able to improv anymore. But
but the
again,
Titans
he-
managed to escape
the
in the
the
with all
guy,
this.
the cop still does an ultimate dumb bad thing, and it's a painful thing as well because he shoots Blackfire.
And that was just one of the random cops. That was one of the riot cops that did.
No, that was him.
No,
No.
it was one of the riot cops
Riot
that
cops.
shot Blackfire.
Oh, Riot Cop shop.
The Bullock guy,
Bullock-
we'll assume he's
he-
Bullock, had his gun drawn and was aiming, I think, at
Nightwing.
Nightwing, And Barbara draws her gun and aims it at him and tells him, put the gun down.
Don't do it. Because I thought he shot.
No, she shot him.
When he didn't stand down.
It's like,
Okay,
put
so
your
he didn't
gun
shoot.
down. Put your gun down, motherfucker. Bam!
Yeah, she told him twice, and when he didn't put it down, she shot him.
Yeah.
And
Which
then at the end of the episode,
pretty much ends her career.
She ended up getting arrested because she was involved in an officer-involved shooting.
But she told him twice.
Doesn't matter. Still an officer-involved shooting.
And she shot another cop, which is...
She's done.
Yeah.
She's done.
Yeah. Good.
Which means she can go back to being Oracle.
Yay!
With what?
One leg.
Yeah.
She has one leg stay on, at least.
Yeah, this is true.
Well, this
Anyway.
is
You can't. It doesn't carry over in an audio podcast, but I was just giving Zeke this look.
But yeah, anyway, we
Oh
get
my
to the next episode, and it's just like the full on effects are now in free flow.
We missed one important thing that happened in the first episode that we watched. Starfire and Blackfire, she went off to go try to help Blackfire, who was bleeding out from getting shot. And so they stop in like a church for a moment, and Starfire tries using her powers to heal Blackfire.
I think she was trying
to cauterize the wound.
I think she was cauterizing the wound, and instead, all her power just said, bye! And
Bye, bitch!
And went straight to Blackfire, who's now standing there like,
this was.
okay.
It's like, you just gave me your power, okay? And Starfire's like, I didn't mean to give you all of it. And Blackfire's like, well, I missed the part where that's my problem now.
Yeah.
Someone was watching too much Bleach. That's all I'm gonna say.
But you find out in the next episode why this actually happens.
Let's just move straight into that, so we can just keep the narrative together.
Knowing the actual true story of Blackfire and Starfire, I like how they did a very good switch that still can make sense and brings everything into its blossomings. So, Starfire...
First, Blackfire, after taking Starfire's power, Starfire still wants to go back to help the Titans, and Blackfire's like, let's just get the fuck out of here. And when Starfire says no, Blackfire's like, all right, then I'm going, because I got unfinished business to deal with.
Yeah.
And Starfire then basically goes back to the Crown General store that she saw
that she keeps seeing
previously,
over and over again.
where she saw her last vision. She goes there to try to figure out what's going on with her vision.
And she finally sees the lady and the baby that was in the original vision.
Mm-hmm. Only this lady is from Wakanda or something. Jamaica, that's what it was.
There is no Wakanda here.
I was trying to go for a joke, but thank you. Anyway.
That's most of my leg stay on joke.
God, please.
Anyway.
But anyway.
I'm up for adoption.
But anyway, so she follows the woman and offers her medicine for the baby.
Who
if
is
she would
sick.
just
The baby is sick.
Just talk to her so she can try and understand why she's having these visions. And along comes ex-boyfriend or
No,
something.
I think he was a loan shark. He's like,
Well,
I'm finally going to get my money.
Finally going to get my money. But you know how they
He
told
drank
you
some
not
of the
to-
water, but
Yeah,
he's not foaming at the mouth.
I'm not foaming at the mouth. I actually feel great. And don't mind.
I feel like I could do
anything.
anything. I feel like I could do anything. Like, shoot someone.
And actually, literally shoots Starfire dead center in the heart. If the heart was actually there.
Are we talking about episode 2 or episode 1?
We're in
Episode
the second
2.
episode.
We're in the
But
episode
just
2.
just so you know,
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, let's wrap up. Is this
Right.
tied to the Starfire thing or no?
Not yet.
Okay. So we'll come back. We'll come back to that.
So, but just so you know, Tamaranians' hearts are not in the center of their body. It's actually in their stomach area.
Okay.
But either way, she gets shot right in the chest, and
That explains so much.
Oh, from season 1 when the thing was plugged into her stomach. Okay. Yeah.
so what happens is suddenly she starts spouting of all color powers the dark
blue.
off blue color, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, why is she
And then we get a vision where we see
what actually happens. So apparently,
Coriander when Coriander was born, she had no fire.
She had no fire,
which means she could not sit the throne of Tamaran.
So a lie was spread that she had power. Now comes along Blackfire,
Commander,
who actually has power, and they do a ritual magic seance to transfer her power.
Transfer Commander's power to Coriander.
To Cori.
Because Coriander was the heir to the throne.
Right. Now, what I keep saying about being a nice switch, this is a complete flip of what actually is canon, because
in the canon, Blackfire is
the older sister who was born with no power, and Cori was born with the fire, the red fire, and eventually what happens is through time, Blackfire gets her blue fire, which is actually the negative version of Starfire.
Of course, because that's how it works in comic logic.
Because they have to be, at total end of the spectrums between each other. But at the same time, it's just like, I like how they incorporated the story and flipped it around and still made it.
And that's what that's where reimaginings and stuff like this, I don't mind that they make these sorts of changes, sometimes, because if it makes narrative sense, and then go for it. But don't just change things up for the sake of changing.
Just for the sake of
it fits this universe. It's surprising, and by changing things up like this, it makes it so you can't always necessarily predict what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Starfire comes out of the vision, still just sort of like in a trance from as the blue fire comes out of her and strikes down the loan shark guy, and then she's now got these powers, which she apparently always had, because this is again the flip of how it goes.
Flip, just like Blackfire didn't know that she had power until the most needed moment that she had to, and boom, there it is.
Now, Zeke.
We've got to mention one turning point, because it's going to be talking about a lot in episode 2.
Go for it.
Gar's starting to look into why Red Hood
came
back to life.
How Jason Todd came back to life. That's right. We saw in the first episode he was going through some of Bruce Wayne's old journals and found one entry that spoke of essentially the Lazarus Pit. And there was a symbol in the book that he's sort of looking at it. But then he has to set the journal down while he goes to help deal with the riots going on.
After the split between all the Titans, he wakes up and lo and behold, who has found him? Raven.
And I'm sorry, is it bad that I find her kind of hot now? Even though when we first saw me and her, she was like a little kid.
She wasn't a little kid. She was a teenager, but she was still underage.
She was a little kid to our age. And now she's like...
She had
she was a minor, not like a super
in this
grade school
continuum. Her and Gar are basically only a year apart in age,
like high school age.
Yeah, they're high schoolers.
It's still you should feel weird for finding her hot.
Yeah,
it's like when I'm bringing it back to Harry Potter at this point in time, because follow me on this one. Everybody has a humongous crush on Hermione.
On Hermione, yep.
And everybody who watched the movies saw her go from little kid to...
Not me.
Hey, now.
She grew up, and she grew up dynamite, but at no point in time did I have the idea that, must have her. It was just like, nah. But you also got to understand, I grew up with 9 sisters, so I have that capability of drawing a line like, no.
Nah.
You're a friend, no.
Yeah.
You're a minor, no.
Yeah.
There's absolutely never going to be a touch.
So yes, it is normal to find that weird that you find her hot.
And I say she's cute. I didn't say hot.
Cute. Cute is okay. Cute is fine. It's when it goes from cute to hot,
It's not like I want to take her
and
out
she
on
is
a
still
date.
in minor territory. Then
Let me have
okay,
a
but
different-
cute. I'm sorry, I misremembered, misheard.
But
Yes,
at the same time, Gar brings up that he's trying to find exactly what happened with Jason Todd, and she's like, well, she is a magic bloodhound, so she can.
So
she
he
can
so
trace
he
the
dra-
lines.
so he draws the symbol on the wall with some like cheese whiz,
Yeah.
and she just casts a little spell. It's just
It's
sort of like,
like,
all right,
I know where to go.
and they go into a creepy abandoned building, but down in the basement, lo and behold,
a
surrounded
Lazarus
by
pit.
bats.
But in the same context, this does follow along with Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul knows where all the pools
Lazarus
are,
pits are.
and they're in some wild places actually. And you got to remember, the man has amassed a fortune, so he owns a lot of buildings where the Lazarus pits are literally underneath. So at any given time, he can just go to anyone, revitalize, and keep going.
Yeah, when you live for hundreds
Ever.
and hundreds of years, the money does accumulate.
Yeah, it does.
He was born in 2004.
What?
The actress who plays Raven was born in 2004.
Jesus.
So yeah, she's right at that. She's right on the cusp of being at legal age.
She's about 3 more years until we can say she's hot. Got it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
This is your
Poor Chris is just like, why?
Well, the question is, will she still be Raven at that point in time?
Assuming the show is still going on.
Well, if they keep the writing going as the way it's going down.
Well, now they're
they
starting to
have-
put I'm sure an edited version of Titans on TV. I forget which channel
So we're
it is.
gonna get 15-minute episodes.
Well, I want to hear the edited kind of fuck Batman. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait. They're gonna put this on television?
They put the Harley Quinn cartoon on TV.
Yeah, this has been put on TV.
I mean,
Anyway.
every other word is gonna be bleeped.
I think it's on TNT. So
It's still every 2 words are gonna be bleeped.
I agree. Anyway,
Now you make me wonder this. I'm gonna look this up.
Zeke's gonna look it up, but
Like,
any
all the
clips that
jokes-
you find are gonna be.
No, I just want.
All
It
the
is
jo-
TNT.
Yeah.
All the jokes are still
So
not
I
gonna
thought.
be
God,
bullshit.
TNT.
Yeah.
That is gonna be definitely butchered beyond belief.
No, they can get away with putting like at least the word shit on TV. They drop the word shit on AEW all the time.
Yeah, you can't say F though.
Yeah.
No F. And of course, there is F bombs all through that damn thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, back to
the show, and Dick gets away with Superboy, who heads out, gets him a change of clothes because the only clothes that Dick had on him was his super suit, and they couldn't go back to Wayne Manor because
the cops.
Crane and Red Hood had moved in.
Yep, and that's the first place the cops would look anyway.
Here's a question though.
And yet they didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a question. Do you think Superboy did super speed to get clothes or walked normally like everybody else?
Super
Yes.
speed.
Okay, because I was thinking my brain thought about this until I had to ask that question. Could you imagine someone stopping Superboy? Titan, please stop so I can do something about you.
Stop! That's shoplifting.
No, not even just that, because remember, he's walking around with a giant S on his chest. He's like, yeah, walking around with your super suit or it would be a bad idea. Yours is a t-shirt with an S
He
on
could
it.
turn the shirt inside out.
Then he's got to deal with the tag.
This was done in Young Justice.
He turned the shirt inside out.
Yeah. Literally, that's how he went to school.
And with
the
all
shirt
the-
turned inside out,
And with the
so
access,
the S would not
and
be
the
shown.
Titans had access to Wayne Enterprises' money, they would have gotten him a tagless shirt.
Nah.
Or they just pop the tag off.
That too.
Why?
But the tag
on
doesn't
earth
bother
would
him.
you
He
do
has
that?
Kryptonian skin.
That I'm sure he still gets itches. Anyway,
Well,
but Red Hood starts. He puts like a little TikTok video up where he's basically just sort of like, check out the ultimate selfie from the Bat Cave, and
I'm
Where's my
taunting you.
phone?
yeah,
I'm taunting you.
And he basically tells
I'm
Nightwing,
calling you out.
there was only one way this was going to end. You and me, midnight, you know where. And that you know where was Crime Alley.
Pretty much. And the thing about it is, okay, you're called out. Da-da-da.
And Crime Alley looks way too clean, by the way.
Well, Crime Alley gets actually, in a number of the books, Crime Alley is actually cleaned up and tried to be gentrified. Except, it's still got a bad rep.
Yeah.
It's like Hell's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much you clean it up, it still has a bad rep because the criminals have nowhere to go.
Right.
They're going to stay there no matter what.
Exactly.
Hey, Rhodes, maybe we can build a wall-off area of the city and put all the criminals there.
Arkham City.
Or since Gotham is a den of scum and villainy, why not just wall off the whole city?
Arkham City.
No, that was still just part of the city.
No Man's Land?
There you go. But
Oh, wait, isn't that happening now?
yeah, only there's no wall. It's just
It's just
it's
military
just it's two soldiers.
who couldn't even stop Wonder Girl from walking in.
Well, but they
it's
tried
not fair.
tasing her.
yeah, okay.
Wonder Girl.
You're going to tase the girl who actually can take lightning bolts from Zeus. Yeah, that's really gonna work, guys.
In that
Good
sense,
job.
it is Wonder Girl. I mean, it's like trying to stop Superman. Do you really have a chance?
No.
Well, here's the thing: Superman would probably stand down because he's
he would do
Superman. He
his
doesn't
best
want to hurt
talk you.
anybody.
He
Exactly.
would do Basically, Superman is a big blue Boy Scout.
Well, that's literally what they call him, the big Boy Scout.
He is a big Boy Scout. He will do everything in his power to talk you down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we go to the other end of the spectrum where you have Wonder Woman and her crew, which is Donna Troy and Wonder Girl.
Yep.
They don't talk you down. They will hit you. And they will be happy about hitting you over and over
And if
again.
you won't-
Even though the first hit probably did all the damage on Earth.
And if need be, they will just straight up snap your neck.
Yes. Yes.
Right, Max Lord?
Well, I mean, gee, it is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman actually does have the violent streak.
Mm-hmm.
Which everyone, over and over, has to be like, look, calm it down. We're only supposed to be bringing them in. Whereas Wonder Woman's like, look, you know this fucker's going to come out and do it again.
Yeah.
Get it over with now.
Back to Titans.
But yeah. So, anyway.
Where were we?
They found the Lazarus Pit.
They found the Lazarus Pit, and so
Donna Troy has just literally been scoped out by
Tim Drake.
Again, the world's second greatest detective.
Well, and except he didn't do any detective work. He was literally just walking
he-
home,
he
happened to
literally-
glance up, and he's like,
Yeah, he
"Hey."
literally eyeballed her with a quickness, and it's just like, Donna. And I mean, again, tracks her right down, and she's like...
And she is heading for Chinatown because she knows of a safe house that the Titans use there.
Yeah, and that just happens to be where he's going to go home.
Because that's where his home is.
And of course, she follows along, and he gets back to his family.
And his family has basically has barricaded themselves in their restaurant / home, because of course it's a madhouse out there on the streets, and the internet and the phones are all down. And then Tim's like, actually, not necessarily. And then he takes them into his man cave.
He reveals his own personal bat cave.
Welcome to the Tim Cave.
Well, in the first iteration, it was the bird cave.
The bird cave.
And I gotta admit, it's kind of cool because without even knowing of the true bat cave, he literally recreated the bat cave on his own. And in the comic books, even Batman was impressed. stuff he found.
with a box of scraps, basically. Stuff he bought at, like, garage sales.
For the smartest detective in the world, you kind of figured he would know things are going to go sideways when I bring mom and dad.
Second greatest.
Second grade. Even
He
then,
eventually becomes the greatest.
you think that he think, hey, something's going to go bad when I bring my mom and dad into this place I've been spying on superheroes with.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and his parents didn't take it very well.
Yeah.
Well, no, even in the comic book. But in the comic book, his mom wasn't around. It was just his father.
Right.
But the father was absolutely dead set against him ever being a hero until, literally the end when it was like, you know what, son, you are good at this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad, for inspiring me on.
And so they're basically using, like, shortwave radio and stuff to try to get in touch with everybody. But
they find out that the police are going around asking questions, trying to figure out how everyone's doing.
Just sort of like, how many people you got in there?
And then
how are you doing on supplies?
Tim Drake's cousin.
Are you armed? Can you defend yourself?
Tim Drake's cousin comes along and informs him that the cops are actually scoping out places for the Red Hood, and they're going to move in and shut them down so that there's no resistance at all to Crane. And Donna suddenly realizes this is my time to lead.
I know a plot hole now. Because as far as anybody was aware, I thought it was Red Hood that everybody, it was just Red Hood. They didn't know that it wasn't public knowledge that it was Crane.
Right, but the cousin came out saying Crane.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
oh wait, but his cousin had people inside GCPD.
Yeah,
and so that's how because the GCPD were on the
dirty.
take.
They're all on the take and dirty.
And with Barbara Gordon in jail.
Yeah. With Barbara Gordon in jail, there's no control.
And that's when they basically put it together. It's like the questions they're asking, they are literally assessing the threat levels of these holdout cells.
So they know how to bring how much
force they need to bring.
And I'm like, yep, Donna, this is your time to lead.
And that's what Donna does. She talks with the cousin. They map out
all
where all the cells are, and she's just like, basically points to the bird cave, and it's just like, we'll use this to try to get in touch with them. And she's like, it's time for me to be leader girl. And meanwhile, Grayson, because he doesn't want to go straight to the Batcave to challenge Red Hood, because that's what Red Hood would expect. And he'll have the advantage in that respect. So he's like, I need to lock them out of the systems there. I can do that from Wayne Enterprises. So he goes to Wayne Enterprises, starts hacking into the system, and then
Red Hood,
and then Jason Todd, the little shit, pops up. It's just sort of like, you really think I wouldn't have thought about you trying to use the back door?
Yeah, little. God, I just can't stand that child.
I just can't stand this Red Hood. He is a pussified version of watered down. Why are the two badasses? Sorry, I know you're a big Nightwing and Robin fan, but they pussy down both versions. Batman, a person who is never intimidated, never broken. He may wander once in a while, but he never takes away from his path.
He's coming back. Yeah, he is coming back. He'll show up in the finale, maybe not to deal with Crane, but to talk down Jason.
Oh God, no! Please no! My brain. They better They better not do that scene from Under the Red Hood. No. No! They only took one of the best scenes from Under the Red Hood where he threw the heads down the table.
Yep.
It's like, they want to take that scene from us down too? No! DC, I'm watching you, DC. Don't you do it!
HBO Max, don't do it. Zeke says don't do it. They're gonna do it.
I'll give him the educated hand.
Your educated hand means nothing. We make money.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of my money. But
they the gauntlet is thrown down
midnight. At Crime Alley. They give an actual street address.
The actual street address, which
but
is
it
actually a true address.
Yes, but once they get there, it's like Crime Alley.
Yeah. And of course,
but
Superboy is ready to back him up. But
Grayson.
Grayson.
But Grayson, while he's at Wayne Enterprises, realizes Connor's not going to let me go alone. But I need to do this alone. No, you don't.
No, you don't. That's the whole damn thing.
Nothing has ever gone well for you by going it alone in this show.
Yes, every single time I'm going to do this on my own. Dude, you can't do it on your own. And I think that's what the story, the development is for him. He just does not seem to understand he can't do this on his own.
This is something I've got to do myself. No, it's not.
You know,
But
and
we see
one of these times it's going to work for him.
And I mean,
it's not.
I'm
I hope it doesn't. I want it to keep going wrong for him because
I'm seeing all the
it's a character flaw.
Developments, and I mean, for Corey, it is realizing the truth of your role in life. Dick, it's no, you are not fucking Batman.
No man is an island.
You cannot solo it. Let's see, who else can we go with?
Jason Todd just needs to wake up and realize that you're a little bitch.
You're a bitch. End of discussion.
Yes. But while Dick's at Wayne Enterprises, we see him open a safe and take out
something with the green glow, and we all know what that means.
There's only two things that a green glow means in the DC universe.
Ghostbusters?
Nope. One is Green Lantern.
Yeah, we ain't going there.
And
because we haven't gotten our damn Green Lantern core yet.
And
it's an Arrowverse.
Fuck that. I'm talking about what's supposed to be hitting
anyway,
HBO Max.
And the second thing is Kryptonite. And when he gets back to the little hideout that he and Connor have been holed up in, trying to raise
Connor is like, all right, you're going to face him. I'm backing you up,
and
I'm stronger. I'm faster. I can do this.
I love how he says that. I hate to pull Alexio. I'm stronger. I'm faster. It's like, wait, when did Lex ever say something like that?
Well,
I'm
no,
smarter.
He's trying to basically point out the intelligence
of it all, which is true.
Yes,
it is very true.
And Dick responds by
it would have been a whole different battle.
And Dick responds by basically pulling a Batman from Batman v Superman and throwing kryptonite dust in his face.
Which instantly knocks him out.
And then when
he does the ultimate shitty,
because Crypto comes in, is just like, dude,
ultimate shitty,
and Crypto comes in, is just like, dude, what the fuck, and he just goes,
he blows it in the dog's face,
and the dog just goes.
At that point in time, Dick,
you
have officially pissed me off.
At that moment, while we were watching, I was like, Grayson, why do you have to be such a dick?
Serious, man, why?
So then
and of course, he pays the price for this because, we get to what has been brewing the entire season.
We get Nightwing versus Red Hood round 2.
Yep, and this time, again, Nightwing he's handling business with ease again because it always has boiled down to Red Hood was never exactly the better fighter out of all the Robins. He was actually the worst out of them.
That's why
he uses guns.
Exactly.
But the guns were taken away from him.
Anyway.
But, unfortunately, a crowd gathers at the same point.
And remember, Nightwing is still public enemy number 1.
Public number 1. And like a doofus, if you had Superboy there, he could have kept them back. But no. So he's handing Red Hood his ass. Mm-hmm. And a random person in the crowd pulls out a gun and shooting him in the back. But the bulletproof suit is doing its job.
Problem is,
I'm going to stop here. Again, really have a problem with these small issues. You're being shot in the back. Red Hood's knocked out a little bit.
Red Hood is...
You stunned him for a little bit. You got enough time to turn around and be, I'm not going to hurt you. And turn your back away. You think you will at least disarm him or take away the... So, I'm not going to hurt you.
Because
I'm going to take your gun away.
If he takes the gun away, that makes him look still guilty.
Not guilty, but it feeds into the narrative that Crane is trying to spin.
So he's trying to talk him down.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
But-
him look smarter. I'll argue this one. How?
No. Not necessarily smarter, but it was the only choice that he had to try to push the narrative that he is not the bad guy.
Because if he takes the gun, all
In
that
front of
does
the crowd-
is confirm to the crowd he's the bad guy.
But how?
Because he took the gun out of his hand
But the
by
guy's
force.
shooting at him.
It doesn't
It does
matter.
not matter.
It does not matter.
You are
He's the
talking
bad
about
guy.
you are talking about a mob mentality.
He is the bad guy.
You
to
cannot.
them,
You
period.
cannot. You cannot.
If he takes that gun, he is proving he's still the bad guy. There's no.
Does not matter
there's
that
no
the guy
way around
that
it.
he was just taking a weapon away that had been used on him.
Even the fact that he shot him means nothing.
Because-
This is what's wrong with stupid crowds of people.
Yes, a
Right.
person is smart. People are dumb, stupid animals.
That's
So no matter
weird.
what, he was going to be the bad guy. But the simple fact, this could have been avoided.
The collective intelligence of a group of people is inversely proportional to how big that group is. The smaller the group, the smarter they are.
Truth, pure truth.
Yep.
Hence why, even in the military, there's only one leader. No matter how big the group is, only one person is allowed to be in charge and have their voice heard. Period.
Do you know what the chain of command is? It's a chain I go and beat you. I go and beat you with until you understand who's in running command around here.
Yeah, true.
The
But
wisdom of the man they call Jane.
So here we are at this point.
The guy starts shooting at him again, and then one bullet goes above the bulletproof stuff and
Literally
neck.
through the neck.
I think it was on the side.
it was like it was coming out the front of his
Yeah,
neck. It was
it
through
was
and
clean.
through.
It was a clean shot through, but still, it was the fact that he got him,
and Dick immediately
he collapses, and mob mentality takes over. Hey, we did this for you, Red Hood. Let's kick the guy while he's down, and they're literally kicking Dick while the man is down bleeding.
Bleeding out.
What happens next?
Jason Todd,
proves once again
that he's
he's
a
bitch.
little bitch.
And he runs away like a little girl. Way to go, guy.
I was
Way to
so
go.
excited for season 3 when they showed Red Hood.
Way to
And,
go.
Now my soul
now
dies
we need
over
to talk. And now that we've talked about all that, let's talk about the other narrative thread that was going through the episode. Dr. Crane,
Oh,
who's
God.
living it up in Wayne Manor. He's using Wayne. He's
he
using
feels like
Bruce's.
he
He
feels
shaves
like
off
he's
his
on top.
beard. He's dressing in Bruce Wayne's clothes, which don't fit
very,
him.
very, very badly.
But then, and he goes down into the Batcave, and he's just looking around and everything. He finds the briefcase from Pulp Fiction, apparently, because he opens something up and it's glowing. He's just like, "Ooh!" But we never see what it is. And then he pulls up a chair.
Was that a
access?
Was that what color glow was that?
It was like a gold sort of glow.
I know what that's a nod to.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Nah, it's also a nod to one other thing. Guess what lantern he is?
Yellow.
Maybe.
That might have been That might have been Batman's yellow ring, which he still actually has.
Anyway.
But anyway,
He pulls up a chair, accesses the Bat computer, and is just like,
hey, access
so,
my
hey,
own file.
yeah, pull up my file. And so then we get Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne diagnosing him down to
To-
the absolute.
And
Bitter.
basically saying, that he is weak and ineffectual on his own, which
He
is why he
can't do
operates
anything.
through proxies.
He can only work through proxies, and that literally sets him off.
Yeah, and it's just
the
sort of
point
like,
that-
no, but he said Dr. Crane is weak. Scarecrow is not, and it's just like, but all this, I think, everything that Crane was doing was
It's
trying to prove that
he is
Dr. Crane is the one you should be afraid of, not Scarecrow.
And in the end, I mean, he
Well,
calls in a pizza delivery, cold cocks him with a meat
tenderizer,
and
ties
has him
him
tied
to-
up. And he's like, "All right, I'm going to show you.
binds and gags the guy
I'm going
to
to
a
show
gurney.
you who's in charge." And gets up there and literally can't do it.
He has a straight razor in his hand, and he's just sort of like, what are you more afraid of? A little cut to the cheek, or should I just take off one of your ears? And then, once he makes his decision,
He can't do it.
he can't do it.
He just can't do it.
And at this point, we
that's
start-
when the Scarecrow persona starts to kicking in the
No,
nuts.
that's not the Scarecrow persona. That's Green Goblin, sir.
Yeah, it was very Green Goblin-esque.
It's very Green Goblin. True.
It's because we get
But, I mean,
we get flashes of this
he's just
far
up
more
there-
confident Crane
just
because
up
it's
there-
not wearing the mask. It's but he's
But yeah, it's the final form of Scarecrow.
in a sense, and
But he's literally
he
letting
snaps.
him know that you can't do this. You can't.
You are
do this.
weak.
I'm the one. I'm the stronger. And
this is all Crane trying. He's been trying to deny it all season,
and finally, it just it takes over,
and he takes the straight razor to his own face.
Because
We don't see it. We just hear the cutting, and we see the guy, the poor pizza dude, freaking out on the gurney.
Yeah,
And
but
then
at the same time,
and
it's like,
we were like, is he gonna now like sew the Scarecrow mask onto his face like an Arkham?
I still think that
Right?
mask is coming on,
Oh, it's definitely coming on.
and it's probably gonna be next
Because they did show him looking at it while he was ransacking
and
the
he was
Batcave.
like shaking his head, like, "No, I don't need you."
Look,
Which is true. I don't need you, but guess what?
You're
Yes, you do.
but when after Jason Todd, the little bitch, runs away from Dick Grayson dying in a pool of his own blood, he goes back to Crane Manor, and when he goes down into the Batcave, he finds the pizza dude
Totally
has been
totally
like opened up,
up.
and just guts hanging out all over the place.
Spurty.
And Crane walks in with cuts all over his face, and it's just like,
and he's doing,
the time is done
he's
for
doing
masks.
the Scarecrow walk, which is that little always tilted to the side.
Well, and he makes a comment about how Jason had lost the mask. He's like, "That's good. It's time for masks is over." As he walks out with the cuts all over his face, it's just very good cliffhanger to end on. I was almost tempted to say, "Let's go ahead and do the third episode," but no, we're gonna wait and do the 2-episode binge to wrap things up. Possibly next week, maybe in
can
2
make
weeks.
it next
All right, there we go. Next week,
We determined that he's coming a week this month.
except last weekend.
Except next Saturday, next weekend may not work. I may have family stuff on Saturday. I got to double check with my
That's what we do
my
on
folks.
Friday, go
Did
to,
we?
but it's somebody don't do it so late.
All right. Well, anyway,
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
We're ironing it out on Thursday.
we'll hammer out details and such. But yeah, it was. We're definitely building to a finish here.
Exciting crescendo.
I'm wondering if Blackfire's plot is going to continue in the next couple of episodes, or if that's just a thread they're going to leave dangling for season 4.
It might be a season 4 because
I want to see Lex Luthor's DNA kick in.
Lex Luthor's DNA really doesn't do shit.
Well,
No,
we
I'm
saw.
talking about the fact that he becomes evil.
Oh yeah.
The evil Superboy thing. Come to find out, that was another clone.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got, and one other thing, back to Dick Grayson dying in a pool of his own blood. When that starts happening, Raven starts having a freak out by the Lazarus pit.
I'm wondering if she
Like her powers start going haywire.
I wonder if she's gonna accidentally teleport him into the pool.
Well, 100% he is going in that pit.
I mean, it's the
The
MacGuffin.
They brought it up again in these last couple of episodes, and then suddenly one of the main characters gets shot and is dying and is probably going to die. We've already seen that these things can bring somebody back to life.
Well,
It's 100% going to happen. Going to happen here.
he's just gonna have the mental fortitude to fight through and not be a total little bitch.
Well, Jason Todd was always a little bitch.
No,
Right.
he was just an asshole.
It made him more.
Fair.
Made him a little bitch.
Drugs made him a little bitch.
Remember, drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, kids. Okay.
Well, I'm wondering though. Well, let's see. He was taking the drug. No, he didn't take the drugs until he came back.
Yeah.
When they sent him off away for...
No,
He ran away.
No, because he made like the little stuff to put in the aerosol mask.
Yeah, so he was,
Right, and he
was-
dosed up before he got his head caved in by Joker.
Yeah, so he was being a little bitch. He had devolved into a little bitch after
Because of
he
the
got
drugs.
dumped by Terra.
Not Tara.
Yeah, I'm still not Tara.
Slade's daughter.
Yeah, Rose.
But
I love Rose.
But we've got like a couple of different we've got a couple of confrontations that are brewing.
They're still brewing.
We've got Donna Troy in the holdout cells versus the corrupt GCPD officers. We've got Blackfire and Starfire, possibly, although that could easily be held off. That might be held off. We've got.
But I know
we've got Jason Todd versus. We've got Red Hood versus Nightwing, round 3. There must be a winner.
Well, I think it's not even going to go that far. I think he's going to be pussy-willed out by this point and just be a little bitch or keep running away. But it's going to be Titans versus Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Finally.
And we were talking...
And it's going to be the whole Titans.
And we can talk a little bit about this now, or we can hold off until we conclude things next week. We talked a little bit about who the possible villains might be for season 4 while we were watching this. Chris didn't have a chance to talk about this. He left to go make a late dinner for himself and for Road Pig here. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah,
okay.
And I think it was Chris basically suggested Black Mask and the False Face Society.
Yeah, that will work.
And we got a little bit of an inkling of that right here with Crane being like the time for masks is over. You know, it's like, yeah, that's like right up there with the stuff that Black Mask was doing, especially during No Man's Land.
But I mean, we've got so many other villains. I mean, are exclusively Titan villains.
Yeah, this is true.
Because it's going to happen. It has to happen. The number one villain of the Titans is not Deathstroke. It's Brother Blood.
I was thinking that.
And I know they are not going to walk away from even trying to dip their fingers into that, because every single iteration of Titans has
had a confrontation.
Has been like, we can't do Titans without having Brother Blood.
Yeah.
Simply because of who he is, how fucking much he wrecks them, and the simple fact, the reason why he wrecks them is because he's the son of Trigun.
That's
and
true.
He is basically Raven's little brother.
Yeah, the evil half of the family, as it were. But yeah,
I mean,
but we can talk. We can talk more about possible season 4 stuff next week.
I can definitely see.
We need to go ahead.
But yeah, main villain. Nah, you give me my Brother Blood.
Yeah. So that's, I think, is going to go ahead and
because I'm smelling that steak.
Yeah. I can smell the steak also, and I'm sure Rode wants to go and eat up. So that's going to wrap up this edition of the BTD Herocast. So for Zeke and Chris and Rode, I am Jay, and we will see you next week for the conclusion of Titans Season 3.
I'll have popcorn this time.
Thanks for listening to the Bored to Death Bingecast. Be sure to check out our library of past podcasts via CKCC Radio or via our YouTube channel, and give us a like and subscribe. We'll see you after our next binge.